come up with is really a building system, not a set of buildings that we sell. It's really a platform for designing and erecting facilities that are minimum LEED silver and energy efficient. We strive to maximize energy performance, environmental performance, and user performance. The way to think about it is like a life-size erector set or a life-size set of Legos, a kit of parts and pieces that can be configured in a variety of ways depending on the end user's needs. So the first question we'll ask the end user in conjunction with their architect is, how many square feet do you need? The second question is, what are you going to be using it for? And depending on the answer, whether it's a restaurant or a retail facility or an office building or a classroom, the configuration or arrangement of the parts and pieces is going to be very different. The good news is that relative to the traditional design process where you have an architect who starts with a blank piece of paper, draws up a set of preliminary drawings, takes that to the client, they comment on it, he goes back, revises. That's quite a lengthy process. Project Frog has actually what we call a configurator, which is a set of basically CAD files that we give to the architect, which allows them to configure these parts and pieces in a model space. So literally, I had an architect that I sent our configurator to on Sunday night, and they came back to us with a proposed 20,000-foot campus configuration by Wednesday. So 72-hour turnaround on a proposed configuration. That's obviously shortening the cycle considerably. Now, from the manufacturing and construction point of view, because all the parts and pieces are fabricated off-site, generally it's about 2 to 3 months of site work to prep the site for the foundation. Simultaneously, the fabrication of all the parts and pieces necessary for this particular installation is taking place. Once that site work is done, the trucks show up with a crew of workers with literally not much more than a bunch of torque wrenches, and they bolt this thing together much like an erector set. The net result being a building like this. We actually built this building here in 6 days for Greenbuild last year. Now that's not our typical deployment time frame, but I think it speaks very much to the ease of the installation. The other thing is that we had, because this was on convention center property, we had to use trade show labor. And trade show labor are the guys who are used to building all the things that you see around us, these big booths. They're not generally, in most cases, don't have a lot of experience building real facilities, permanent buildings. And even with the trade show labor, we were able to get this done in 6 days. So it's the rocket science is in the design, not the fabrication or the assembly. But at the end of the day, it's at a minimum LEED silver. Very easy to get it up to LEED gold. It can be energy neutral. So if you wanted to have it off the grid, you could. And you can, as I said, from the time you contact us, you can have a building ready for occupancy in as little as 4 months. The website's www.projectfrog.com. If you have any further questions, you can email me at reilly@projectfrog.com or call me at 415-814-8506.